Hi guys, this is my full review of a JellyBAM version 4.1 on the AT&T Samsung Galaxy Note 2. Now this ROM will work with the T-Mobile Note 2 and other LTE variants, so keep that in mind. But let's go ahead and jump right into settings. Scroll down to About Phone. See, we are running on Android 4.1. This will be updated to 4.2 since the audio issue has been fixed, so be on the lookout for that update soon. We have our JellyBAM version right here, which is 4.1. We have our AOKP, and also we have our CM. So the main feature of this ROM that I know most of you guys have been asking about is if you go under the AOKP ROM control, we do have our S Pen gestures. So you can assign custom gestures to your S Pen just like in TouchWiz, where if you swiped back, it went back, and if you double tap, see, I have it where it opens up Sketchbook, which is an app to let you draw, and also if you long press it takes a screenshot. So if you just tap any of these, see, we can assign it to where it goes home. All of our default Android, I don't know, default Android settings, home, I don't know, something like, whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. But you can also open up the IME switcher, keyboard switcher. I'm not sure why you would want that, but I guess it works. But see, what I did is if you go into custom app, and if you want it to where it takes a screenshot, just go into AOKP actions, and you can have it to where it takes screenshot. There are multiple choices that you can make for each one, but I just kind of keep it simple. And also, if we go under general UI, see, we can change our boot animation, which I just use like another app to install a boot animation, but this works too. We can change our custom carrier label. See, I have mine where it says Brandon's Note 2. Bring this in a little bit. Kind of hard to see it on this background because it's kind of gray, but see where it says Brandon's Note 2? It's kind of like a light gray on a dark gray, so it's not really that easy to see, but scroll up. We can choose our notification background. I kind of have it where it's a little bit transparent because I don't really like to have a custom wallpaper, so that's just a little heads up. Sorry about that. My phone's dying. We can have it to where it vibrates when you expand the notification. We have our kill all button. Hold back to kill. Show our keyboard switcher lefty mode. Lefty mode is just when this shows up on this side when you rotate your phone into landscape. See, it looks kind of weird. It looks better when it's on the right side, but just to show you guys. And we can also hide our extras, and also we can change our LCD density, which I'll get to the density in a minute, but just normal AOKP settings. Under lock screen, it's where you can show your weather, show your calendar. You can have up to 8 custom targets. And under power menu, where you can show your screenshots, stuff like that. See this? But under lock screen, one other thing that you should know is that you can have this circles lock screen, so you don't just have to have the slide one. So if I lock this and unlock it, you see I do have these circles where it just kind of slides up like that, which is pretty nice. If we go under navigation bar, you can have 7 custom targets down there at the bottom. Notice how I have my hardware keys fully disabled, no backlight, no action or anything, which is a pretty neat feature. You can, the issue with the navigation bar is that they reset every time you reboot your phone, or if you do anything with the system UI where it restarts. Now this may not be an issue for some, but it is for me. It gets kind of annoying after a while. It resets. You just come back in here and change the color, so not really that big of a deal, but it's just a minor issue. But I have the navigation bar because you can assign custom navigation barring targets like camera, Google Now, and also so you have Falcon Pro for Twitter. You can have up to 5 targets, which is pretty nice. And also you can change your height, transparency, and have custom widgets. So all these features, really nice features. I like that this includes the AOKP ROM control because they have tons more features than the CyanogenMod ROM. But you can have your battery where you can have the circle battery, you can have the icon with percent or anything like that. You have your clock where you can choose your clock to have it in the center, at the right, or just don't show it. You have your day right there. You have your AM, PM. You don't have to show that if you don't want to. And also you can, if you click on the clock, you can choose where, what happens or what it does. And also change your color. It's pretty nice. And also you have your AOKP toggles. I'm personally not a big fan of the AOKP toggles Now you may be, but I prefer the CyanogenMod toggles. So that's what I'm using now, are the CyanogenMod toggles. But I am using the AOKP weather, which is pretty nice. So I have the AOKP weather with the CyanogenMod toggles. If you use the AOKP ones as well, it will be 2 rows, which is pretty nice. And also you have your sound where you can mess with the, like when you put your phone face down, stuff like that. So Paranoid Android settings is where you change the DPI, or density per inch. So if we go under interface, okay, we'll start with apps. That works too. You can set the custom DPI of each app. So say you want a custom app to be in tablet mode, but you want the rest of your phone to be in the phone UI. So let's go to something like Chrome. If you want Chrome to be in the tablet UI where it has the little tabs at the top, which is pretty nice, you can set it to where, see how it's at 320 now? If you take this down to, get the slider, like around 200, God, there we go. Sorry. Around 120 is full tablet, but if you want kind of the phablet mode, you want to go to around 230, 240, something like that. So I'm going to drop it at 249, that works. And if we go to apply, and we can force close this app. So if we go back home, go to my apps, go to Chrome. So you see it is, like everything just got a lot smaller. So it's in the phablet UI. If you want a tablet, like full tablet UI, you can of course assign that, which is pretty neat. Let's go back. It's kind of funny how it's just on YouTube and now I get an email. Let's go back and let's go to interface. So if you want the entire phone, all your apps and everything in tablet UI, what you're going to want to do is tap that and just choose tablet UI. I mean, pretty neat feature. You don't have to like, have a custom like apps or change custom apps for each one. You can just have everything set, right here. And you can have the phablet UI, which is a pretty nice, setting, but I just prefer the phone UI because, it works. And if we keep going, we have our CyanogenMod settings where you can mess with the status bar, the navigation bar. You can have a transparent navigation bar if you want. You can have a transparent status bar as well. So if you go to status bar color, just drag this over to transparent. You have your brightness control where you can tap and slide, of course. Have our power menu here as well, and hardware keys. Now this is where you can do, it's pretty neat because you can disable the hardware key in general. So if you don't want to use these, just uncheck them, and they, you can't use them at all. And also you can disable the backlight, which is pretty nice. So if you don't want to see the backlight, even if you disable the key, the backlight is still there. But if you don't want to see the backlight, just go to, scroll down, go to advanced, scroll over, and go to the backlight. You can see how the backlight's on. You can turn off the backlight so you don't see it at all, which is a pretty neat feature. And also you have your custom launcher settings for Trebuchet or any launcher that you set. Of course you have your theme chooser. I'm running the neutralized theme. See here, I'm running the neutralized theme. It is a really awesome theme. You should check it out. Most of the the theme creator, I guess you would call him, most of his themes are pretty awesome, so you should check his out. Under sound, this is where you can enable your CyanogenMod volume panel. See where you have it expanded. Let's go back. Display, that's just where you can enable the 180 degrees rotation where you can completely turn your phone upside down. Keep scrolling down, you have your CyanogenMod profiles, you have your security, which this is where you enable these circles, lock screen. If you don't want the circles, you can just choose the slider, which is pretty nice as well. Sorry about that glare. My light is kind of in the way. So sorry about that. And you do have your CyanogenMod performance settings. So let's just go back to the home screen. There's not really much else to cover about this ROM. I mean, it is an awesome ROM. It is packed full of features. Personally, I'm going to wait until this gets updated to Android 4.2 instead of trying out the CM 10.1 ROM, mainly because I love the features included in this more than just having Android 4.2. I mean, yes, that is nice, but I love this ROM too much, so I'm waiting for the developer. And yeah, if you guys like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see anything else about this ROM or this phone, the Galaxy Nexus, the Incredible 2, anything, just leave a comment below. If I missed something that you want to see, leave a comment below for that as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video.